Hey everybody, it's Christine, and if you're like me, you might be doing a little more organizing right now, so I thought I'd give you an updated craft room tour. Some of it will be the same from the one I did several years ago, but a lot of it has changed, so I thought I'd just take a quick walk through my room. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't worry too much about being super organized. I try and keep it neat enough so that I know where stuff is when I need it, but a lot of it, I don't have like great organization tips for you. Maybe you'll be able to glean something from me, but I mostly just kind of try and keep it organized enough so I know what I'm doing, and then I roll with it. I'm a mom to 4 kids. I homeschool them, so there's just not a lot of time for me to come up with quick organization ideas and stuff, but we'll see. Maybe there's stuff you can grab from me. So that said, the first thing I'm going to point out is this gigantic shelf. So I got this from a lawyer's office that was closing, and you can see it fits across my wall really nicely and gives me tons and tons of storage. The top, I just use the very top for like stuff that I don't really need very often, so it's out of the way. But then you can see the shelves are somewhat organized. The different bins hold just a variety of stuff. I also keep like my kids' birthday albums there because I'm working on those constantly. Some other boxes of unfinished projects and photos. I've got this really cool little washi organizer, which has been great. You can see it comes out and then it tips down. Easier said than done with one hand. So that's been a really handy thing. I just got that at a Goodwill. And then I use these trays from IKEA to keep my Nuvo drops and my Misc in, and my stickles, and all of those kind of stay in that spot so that I have them on hand when I'm ready. I've got my brother design and cut down there that I bust out and use. And then the rest of the shelf, let's keep going. So this is just more, my photo storage, just some general stuff. More trays from IKEA to store my ink pads. As you can see, I don't have tons and tons of ink pads because I don't use tons and tons of ink. This is just other mixed media stuff, embossing powders, paints, and then my enamel dots, that kind of stuff. And then up above it, I've got a bunch of stickers from Paper House, and there's stickers to go. I've got all my planners, 6x6 pads, travelers, notebooks, more washi that I haven't opened yet. And so before I open it, I put it in there. And then once I've opened it, I transfer it over. Up there is just general storage. Now this one, I do keep all my mini albums in there once they're completed. And that way they're kept safe from dust, and they're a little more exposed than traditional layouts. And then let's see, over here, just some general stuff. I'll talk about these in just a minute. I have buttons in here. Up here is a basket of pictures that I no longer need to scrapbook, whether it's doubles or pictures that I decided not to use. I put them in there so that I can file them into the kids' boxes down the road rather than have them cluttering up my desk. Now these are probably my most organized thing. And these are all different ephemera mostly, but also a few, like you can see, acrylic pieces. These are bows, felt bows. And what I've done on most of them, obviously that I need to get labeled, but I made these up when I was on the Bella Boulevard team. And so it was a way for me to organize Bella Boulevard ephemera especially. Also, jelly bean soup stuff. You can see I've got quite a few of those. And then I've just got some miscellaneous ones, like miscellaneous Cartabella. If I think I will still use it in its entirety, I try and stick them into there. But it's just been a handy way to keep different collections that I have a lot of in one area. So like Splash Zone, Let's Go on an Adventure, Fireworks and Freedom, all of those are from Bella Boulevard. And so I could just pull that out and use that when I needed it. I will be doing the same with Simple Stories eventually, but I haven't opened up enough of their stuff from the newest collections that I was ready to transition that. So, but it's just been a really easy way to organize the ephemera and get more use out of it. Was a little bit time consuming to do it, but once I got it all into there, it's worked really well. Carrying on down here, I've got a bunch of distress inks. One little tip on those that I learned was on the cubes was to seal them up. I'll say it now, I'm knocking it together. Sorry, one hand. To close those with washi tape, and that holds them closed better than on their own. I cannot do this one-handed, sorry. But you know, they like to pop open really easily, so washi tape just helps them to hold closed instead of falling open in your containers, because I was having trouble with them falling open and drying out. So that's a really fun tip. Down below, so a project that I did for Paper House, and then I've got my spellbinders, cutter. I've got, this is just like all my miscellaneous markers, brush tip markers, fine tip markers, Sharpie markers, you name it. All of them are in there. And I especially, that's handy for my kids when they're looking for something specific. Just a couple of tools here. I've got this fun little stand from Michael's several years ago that I can put layouts into. I like that one especially, so I keep that one front and center. Carrying on, this one is my scraps. So about a few times a year, I go through and organize my scraps. And so I have them organized by color, which I'm trying to dig down because you can see I've added to that pile. But I've got them organized by color as well as, so here's one of them, by size. So like the smaller blue scraps are in the front, the bigger ones are in the back. And that way when I need some blue scraps, I can pull it out. And I try not to keep anything that's too small because I just don't need a million scraps around. This one is all fibers and threads, that kind of stuff. And this one's all stamps. Obviously, I've got my markers up here. This one, that's kind of fun. All my glitters and sequins, gelatos. Very colorful. And that's pretty much it on that shelf. Now, I do love to use pegboards. And so this pegboard back here is all my Paper House stuff. All different types of stickers from them, from 3D stickers to the 2-inch stickers to micro stickers. You name it, I've got them all, and I try and keep them fairly organized so I can grab them when I want them. On the other side of the room, I have another pegboard, and right now it still has a lot of Bella Boulevard on it. Again, I'll be shifting that out as I'm not on their team anymore. And as I use it up, I will replace those probably with Simple Stories stuff. Right now, I have all my Simple Stories in this wall hanger that's meant to be for file folders, and it fits 12 by 12 stuff perfectly. So right now I've got like them broken up by the entire collection. So like right here, I've got the Summer Farmhouse collection, okay? And then I stick stickers and stuff behind it. And so I've gotten them broken up by collection, and as I do my work with those collections, I'll move them over here. And you can see already I've got some Simple Stories there. I've got those new Color Vibe foam stickers. I've also got the Color Vibe smaller alphabet sticker books. And so slowly stuff is kind of shifting as I change out design teams and such. I move things around a little bit because I'm using that company's product more. Over here, kind of a boring corner. It's literally like all miscellaneous stuff. Current albums that I'm working on down here. This is just very miscellaneous papers, paper pads especially, stickers from Paper House, that kind of stuff. Up here, again, an area that definitely needs some reworking, but I keep my punches back there. Up above, I've got cards that I had that were published. I used to have more, but I need to get them rehung because I put up new curtains that I thought were super cute. So I need to rehang the rest of those cards, but just kind of a fun way to display some stuff that I had published in magazines. Carrying on to the actual desk area, you can see I've got my lights on, and the lights make a huge difference. You can see, I want you to see the full video setup. Lots of bright lights, and it's crazy. I'm going to just show you if I turn it off, if I can do it one-handed, how much of a difference it makes in this room. So you can see, like, it just totally darkens the whole room up. So I use those, obviously. And then back here, I've got all my metal dies hanging up on this metal wall hanging with magnetic sheets. And then up above, I hang up my current layouts that I've done. And some of them, sometimes I leave one up for longer if I really like it, and work other ones out. So there's a couple up there that are a little bit older, but just because I love them. And then below that, I have a little shelf area that's really very miscellaneous. Let me move this chair. Okay, so you can see I've got a cuddle bug down there. I've got a, a mini album maker. I'm blanking the word. I've got some cups that I need to put away from drinks. And then I have a little cardstock organizer there where I keep my colored cardstocks. And this shelf of drawers gets used a lot, and that is whichever company I'm using the most of gets a drawer on there. So again, I need to switch it out to get some more simple stories in there, but you can see, like, I've got open embellishments from Bella Boulevard, my scrap room kits, simple stories, Bella Boulevard, so that just means like papers. This one is Paper House. I need to get a new label on there. And then this one is leftover embellishments from the scrap room. All of those, you know, it's just whatever I need to be able to put away quickly and clean up or pull out quickly. In here, I've got all my Easy Runner Grand refill cartridges. That just to keep them nice and handy. And then over my most used tools, so like my little trimmer, some punches, my circle cutters that I use a lot of. This tray I thought was going to be more useful. It hasn't been as useful as I thought it would for me and the way I organize and whatever, but I do keep full scrap room kits that I haven't used yet, because those kits come with 4-page kits, so sometimes I don't get to use all of them in a month, and so I have those ones out here so that I'll remember to use them later on. My desk, pretty simple, straightforward. It's just a table. There's a little sneak peek of a layout I'm working on. You can see I've got the wood grain background. I've got several different poster boards here that I use for backgrounds as I'm filming. Another pen container. Couple little cubicles. I keep my 3D adhesives from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L right there because I use them a lot, as well as some adhesive dots. My trimmer. And that is basically it. I will give you a quick peek. Most of these drawers are kind of a hodgepodge mess. Like, one is all Paper House stuff, but it's not real organized. One is all Bella Boulevard stuff. Again, not real organized. My adhesive one is semi-organized. With different adhesives from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. And the rest of them are kind of just a hot mess. So there you have it. That's my room. I'd love to hear any organization tips in your comments down below of what you've got. Like I said, it's not super organized, but it definitely works for me. Definitely blessed to have my own space to work with. And that is it. Thanks for stopping by, and we will see you again next time.